You watched along with me. Guacameele 2 has been revealed. To kick off PlayStation's Paris Games Week show, the publisher revealed that a certain indie game from 2013 is getting a sequel. Drinkbox Studio is back at it again with Guacameele 2. A fair bit of gameplay was shown off, and it looks as colorful and diabolically difficult as the first. Dimensional waves and chicken transformations return. The biggest addition shown off was the reveal of 4-player co-op. Guacameele 2 currently has no release date, with Drinkbox Studio saying that it's coming soonish. Love Guacameele, love Severed. Drinkbox is a gem of a studio, and I'm glad to see that they're going to be making another Guacameele 2. It looks really good. The 4-player co-op actually kind of caught me off guard because they did a version of Guacameele that actually had 2-player co-op in it, which kind of changed it a little bit and made it, more interesting. But it is a hard game, so seeing that, and that was the first game that they showed, and I was like, oh, awesome! Drinkbox coming out with Guacameele 2, and it's PlayStation 4 exclusive at the moment.
Okay.
So I think it won't be coming to Xbox for a while.
So you don't think? Okay, I was about to say
because it did come to Xbox eventually.
It did. It took a while.
Drinkbox Studio they have a lot of favor with Sony. Sony has treated them very well, so they're the first ones that they go to. I could see it coming to Xbox One, PC, and Switch eventually, but PlayStation's going to get it first for sure.
It'll probably kind of be like the Tomb Raider thing where it was like a year.
Yeah. And then what's interesting is Drinkbox has supported the PlayStation Vita for a very long time. This is not coming to the Vita, which is very interesting to me. Very interesting to me, because Severed, which was their last game, was totally Vita exclusive. So, actually, it's come to Switch now. So, just so no one's like, oh, it's on Switch. And I'm like, it's now on Switch.
Could this be Vita Island?
We're not going to talk about Vita.
Sorry, I know it's an emotional topic.
LocoRoco 2 has been remastered, and it will hit PS4 on December 9th. Back in June, it was announced that the charming PSP platformer LocoRoco 2 is being remastered for PlayStation 4. During the Paris Games Week Sony pre-show, we received a December 9th release date for it. LocoRoco 2 Remastered also features a native 4K resolution on PlayStation 4 Pro and 1080p on standard PlayStation 4 systems. The original LocoRoco was remastered on PlayStation 4 this past May. If you want to get your fix now, go ahead and put that needle in your arm.
Have any of y'all played LocoRoco?
I have played LocoRoco. It's excellent.
I mean, it's one of the side scrollers, right?
Like you're controlling, like you can make this big blob, and then you can break it up, and like it's a side scroller, but you're like figuring out puzzles, and like you have to use your weight and all of that different kind of stuff, and like avoid obstacles in the world. Okay. So it's really good. I enjoyed it a lot. Since LocoRoco has got a remastered, Patapon got a remaster. Now we're getting a remaster of LocoRoco 2. I sense Patapon 2 is getting a remaster. If LocoRoco can get a remaster.
It's probably safe to bet.
I would hope so. I love you, Patapon. Final Fantasy 15 episode Ignis gets new trailer, December 13th release date. From Gladio to Prompto, Noctis road trip buddies have received DLC to get to know them better and play from their perspectives. Ignis' turn is just around the corner. At Paris Games Week 2017, Square Enix showed off a new trailer for Final Fantasy 15's episode Ignis. Like other characters in Noctis' game, Ignis' episode will focus on the character and focus on his character and development as he stops at nothing to keep the prince safe. The trailer showed Ignis driving a boat, grappling up on rooftops, and flashy combat moves. Episode Ignis hits on December 13th, and you can check out the trailer if you want to. Now, I don't know anything about Final Fantasy.
Neither do I.
15 or anything like that, but I think Ignis betrays Noctis.
Sure.
From what I know.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, from what I know.
You play Final Fantasy, right?
I've played some of it. I haven't played this most recent one, but a friend of mine has it.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure he betrays the old Princey Pooh.
I'm sitting at a strong 0 on Final Fantasy games.
I've never played any of them. Never will. And that's to each his own, okay?
Yeah, and
each his own.
That's not us crapping on Final Fantasy. There's games that I love that everybody else doesn't love. Yeah. And I mean, it goes around. You know, it goes around.
No, I totally get that. My friend who has that game for the longest time, she's like, I'm not gonna play Final Fantasy, and then she was like, well, I guess the graphics look good, so she got 15. She was like, I really like it.
Like it looked gorgeous. The trailer looked really good and everything, and I'm glad that they're putting out more DLC. It's better than that VR fishing game that they're trying to like just get people to.
Game of the year.
Oh my god, I don't know what you're doing, Square, but that is a wrong step right there.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in it, it is coming out December 13th. So there you go. Spelunky 2 has been revealed for the PlayStation 4. For all you Spelunky fans, get out your picks. Sony Paris Games Week pre-show ended on a huge reveal of Spelunky 2. What?
Allie being Allie.
Yeah.
Pickaxes.
I know, like, I heard pics, and I was like, what? Because I was thinking, like, pictures?
Or like picks, like picking your hair. Reveal of Spelunky 2, a sequel to the indie game mega hit Spelunky. Details of the games are sparse as the trailer only showed art indicating that the game takes place after the Spelunker was victorious at getting the gold in the original Spelunky. Spelunky was originally released in 2008, then remade as Spelunky HD in 2012 for the Xbox 360. Since then, it has been ported to nearly every system and is one of the most popular and well-beloved indie games for its immaculate design and daily challenges. Now, if you're a Spelunky fan and you haven't watched the trailer, you need to go watch the trailer. It's sad. You're going to cry. The Spelunker dies.
Oh.
He grows old. He teaches his daughter
How to
spelunk. And he passes away. She goes to the stars. She's spelunking in space. But yeah, the Spelunker is dead.
She just wants to mine the stars.
Yep. She just wants to mine all of that. Now, this next game was one of the more interesting from the pre-show. And this was Concrete Genie. It looks really good. Concrete Genie lets you paint the town and bring your creations to life on PS4. During the PlayStation Live media briefing for Paris Game Week, indie developer Pixelopus announced Concrete Genie. Sorry, It's
either Pixelopus or Pixelopus.
I'm sorry that I butchered your name. In the game, the main character possesses a large paintbrush, which uses to. I did this whole show last week by myself, and I killed it. And y'all come in here, and I'm over here, blah, 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 which he uses. I thought it was a girl. Okay, but anyway, which he uses to paint scenes on a wall to solve puzzles and progress through the game. Which. Whatever, I'm not going to get on that. In the trailer, we see him create everything from a serene waterfall in the woods to fantastical creatures. As he paints them, the scenes come to life, allowing him to advance in the real-world environment. For instance, in one sequence, he draws a fire-breathing monster that burns a wooden door, impeding his progress. You can see the full trailer on the YouTubes.
Now,
it comes out in 2018.
This doesn't seem like a game for me because when it comes to drawing,
it's not you drawing, like you actually drawing.
So
it's more of a what's a game that's like this? I'm trying to remember.
Kind of like how Legos make you build.
Yeah. Like it's not like where you're like, you're like you moved your stick around and then like paint some.
All right, army of stick figure people, go.
Yeah, like it's not going to be like that difficult. It looks really cool. If you're into those kind of indie games, then this is definitely one. It doesn't have like. I want to compare it to Unraveled, but it's not anything like that. But it's like one of those kind of like indie darling type deal. Like it's a cutesy thing, but it does look like it has some things that are going to be really interesting to its gameplay. So
I mean, I could draw an army of hand turkeys to go attack people too. But as far as
I can draw an army of characters that have one eye, not the other eye, and no hands.
Why one eye?
People with all the
heard
nubs.
that? It's like a joke where it's like people like they joke about like you always try to use bangs to cover up an eye because you can never draw the other eye on a character. You never heard that before?
No, well, we're not
because I I never did like the really like realistic eyes. I did like the Dragon Ball Z eyes, so like I didn't have to worry about that. New PS4, Jim, let's try that again. New PSVR Gangster Revenge, titled Blood and Truth, announced. When gangsters come after your family, it's only natural for a former soldier to hit back and do what he does best: bang bang. That's not in the article, but I added that. At Paris Game Week, Sony announced the newest action title for the peripheral from London studios, Blood and Truth. The trailer shows our protagonist Ryan infiltrating a gangster-held hotel casino via stealth and good old-fashioned gunplay, including dual wielding. And there's no release date so far, but the trailer looks really good. London Studio has been doing a good job.
Yeah.
They did some PlayLink stuff. I think they did That's You. We played that on our channel before. That's one of their games. So I'm really looking forward to it. It looks fantastic. So there you go. Now we're past the pre-show. We're in the meat and potatoes.
Meat and taters.
This pretty much opened up the show.
A can of worms, a can of whoopee.
Yeah.
They opened a can of worms and all the worms squiggling all over the stage.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Did you ever watch Can of Worms on Disney? It was one of the worst Disney original movies, I'm just saying. Sucker Punch announced, yes, I pulled that one from the abyss.
It's no smart house, okay? It's no smart house.
Sucker Punch announces Ghost of Tsushima. The publisher behind the infamous and Sly Cooper have moved on to a new IP. We don't know a lot about Sucker Punch's new game, but it looks stunning and is set in feudal Japan amidst warring samurai. The trailer shows off a young samurai who appears to be on fire. Could this be a samurai game with superpowers? Either way, we're looking forward to learning more about this game. You can check out the trailer. Now, from what I got from the trailer, okay, they're taking it like a literal thing. Like, he's from Tsushima. That's what I'm assuming. That's where he got ambushed by this Mongol. The flames are burning away his old life. Like, that's him. Like, all that he knew before gone in flames.
Samurai.
Yeah. Long time.
I was hoping. Oh, I love you. I was like, come on.
But that's what I feel it is. It's like the fire is like consuming his old life. He's no longer a samurai. He looks more like a ninja. That's just me. Now he's the ghost of Tatsumi, whatever.
Can we call him Jack?
Yeah, we're calling him Jack. Sucker Punch has announced this game. There is some history behind it. Ghost of Tsushima is an open-world action game set during the feudal period of Japan and will allow players to see the power of the Mongol Empire's firsthand. The Mongol Empire has invaded the island of Tsushima, and players will attempt to fight back against this powerful force as one of the last surviving samurai. Sony and Sucker Punch tease that you must move beyond your samurai traditions to forge a new way of fighting, the way of the ghost, as you wage an unconventional war for freedom of Japan. I called it before I even read the article. Sucker Punch has been relatively quiet since the release of its last title, Infamous Second Son, and the game's standalone expansion, Infamous First Light. They have been. And I'm like, what you doing, Sucker Punch? What you doing? We know what Media Molecule is doing. They're making Dream, but Sucker Punch was like, shh.
Now we know what
they're doing.
It's kind of like they're in their room and the parents are like, what are you doing?
Nothing.
PlayStation Scott Rode offered a brief update on Sucker Punch back in 2015, saying he had played the studio's next game, calling it fun, but still in the early stages of development. He also addressed the future of Infamous, saying Sony is never going to retire an IP, but wouldn't confirm whether or not Sucker Punch is working on another entry of the series. So, I'm glad that they're doing a new IP. Yeah. It's just kind of like Guerrilla Games going to Horizon Zero Dawn. It was time to move on. It was time to kind of open that up. And if they were to go back to it, I think they've learned a lot from Horizon Zero Dawn. And I think Sucker Punch will learn a lot from doing Ghost of Tsushima. I can't say it. I'm just sorry.
Tsushima.
Is it Tsushima? Because I think the T is silent.
It's like
Toshiba.
To sheep. I do like this. I love seeing these new ideas come out.
Yeah.
And seeing, back in high school, the argument was always ninja or pirate. And those have always been my two favorite things to play with in video games is pirates and ninjas. And now you get this samurai ninja guy that you get to play as, and it just looks cool. Like when he upper sword cuts the horse and then comes back down.
Yeah,
it looks freaking amazing. So I think this is going to be one of the games where Sucker Punch is going to come out, and it's going to be one of those games that everybody loves.
Yeah. Here's some history here. Okay. Some history. The game is set during the first Mongol invasion of Japan, which took place in 1274. The Kublai Khan had already established a dynasty in China and claimed Korea. Upon reaching the sea, his next target was the island of Japan. He made multiple demands to the Emperor of Japan, encouraging him to submit to Mongol rule. Anticipating the Emperor would reject these offers, the Great Khan was at the same time constructing an invasion fleet. When the rejections did come, the Khan set sail with thousands of soldiers and hundreds of boats. He set his sights on Tsushima as a small island strategically located in the straits between Korea and the main islands of Japan. The island was ideally located for both trade and defense regarding to the Asian mainland, and was the nearest part of Japan that could be reached from the Mongols' ports in Korea. On October 5th, the Khan's forces landed on Komadahama Beach.
Yeah.
There we go. Where they handily defeated the local governor and his cavalry. The Mongols subjugated the island and reportedly slaughtered its inhabitants. If you want to read the rest of this, it's a very in-depth article that's over on IGN called The History Behind the Ghost of Tsushima by Stephen Butts. That's his name. Steve's a good guy. Y'all are immature. Y'all are just churlish. Y'all just churlish. Now, the next game that was in the Paris Games Week looked really, really cool, and it's actually live action, which is interesting.
It's been a while since one of those has come around.
Exactly. Erica is a new PS4 exclusive adventure. Fans of choice-focused storytelling have a new PS4 game to be excited about. During Sony's Paris Games Week presentation, new studio Flavorworks revealed Erica, an adventure game tied to Sony's PlayLink initiative, which I'm very, very excited for.
That'll be interesting.
And it was recently released, as was the recently released Hidden Agenda, which I haven't played that one yet. Erica appears to be a thriller focused on a woman trying to piece together a mystery, and players have the ability to guide her choice and shape the outcome of the story. It has live action elements like Late Shift, as you can see yourself in the trailer below, which is not below, but y'all can check that out.
What I like about the games like this, I love to be able to shape my world to how I want to play this.
Yeah.
And we've talked many games that's like this.
Telltale.
Yeah.
Life is Strange.
And keep making games like this, because I don't feel like these will ever go out of style, because who doesn't want to make the game what they want it to be?
Yeah. And what's great is, like, we played That to You, which is a PlayLink game, and all you have to do is have the game and your phone, and your friends can help make the choices. Like, it's a very involved game, which I'm looking forward to, because the trailer that they showed looked like it's going to be a really cool game. And the developers it's not Sucker Punch, Supermassive has just put out a game that is like that as well, that you play as a cop, and I want us to play that eventually for a multiplayer let's play, because it's really good. It's really good. It's going to be a long let's play, but it's good. So there you go. If you're looking for a good, like, I guess you could play it single player. I'm not sure, Erica. But if you're looking for something to do, like, on a Friday night, and you got your beloved one beside you, there you go. Have some fun with Erica. Not like, hey, I want to try this thing kind of deal. No kitten caboodles.
Whole caboodle.
New Far Cry 5 trailer highlights cooperative play. You can team up with a buddy online in Far Cry 4, but your only option for wreaking havoc on Cryat was to sample the side activities like capturing anemones bases. Just anemones. Not like enemy bases, but anemones. With Far Cry 5, the full game is built for cooperative play, meaning you can tackle the entire campaign with a friend. Ubisoft highlighted this expanded focus on teamwork in the Paris Game Week's trailer. You can check that out. It looked great. Like, I'm excited for it. Like, I don't get too far into the Far Cry games, but like, I know Derek Daniel is huge on Far Cry, and I am looking forward to getting into it, and like either me or you playing, me or him playing. Like, it's, of course, it's a Ubisoft game, so you're gonna have all of that kind of gathering and all of that, which when we talk about Assassin's Creed here in a little bit, we'll talk about that, because it's not actually in Assassin's Creed, which is actually pretty interesting. Like the feathers and all of that, it's not as like collectathon-y as it used to be.
Just wait.
It's not like.
No, you're right. It is not.
It's just there's the first Assassin's Creed. Good God!
Like everything till this one is like 5,000 feathers. Go. First look at Destiny 2 Curse of Osiris release date has been revealed. If you haven't watched this trailer, have you watched this trailer?
I have watched the
Okay, just making sure. Just making sure, because you didn't watch some of these that are better than this. I'm just saying. A new trailer gives us first look at Destiny 2's first expansion, Curse of Osiris, previously announced several weeks ago. We talked about this on here. I'm just saying. If y'all didn't hear us talk about that and what you're doing with your lives. The trailer provides some more context about the storyline and the expansion. We learn that in the midst of the conflict seen in the base game, the Vex have been building up their forces on Mercury. A notorious warlock named Osiris, first referenced in the Trials of Osiris from the original Destiny, knows something about what the Vex are up to, but he's lost on Mercury. It is clear that the warlock vanguard Okora is set to play an important role in the storyline, as she is one of Osiris's former pupils. The video also gives us a closer look at Osiris and his ghost for the first time. The ghost is particularly interesting as it has a shape that is different from the ghosts we've seen in Destiny up to this point, and seems actively involved in the combat scenes of the trailer as Osiris fights against the swarming army of Vex. Finally, the trailer gives us a good look at some cool locations on Mercury that Guardians get a chance to visit. Curse of Osiris is coming sooner than many Destiny 2 players may have thought. The DLC. It's not a game. It's an expansion. Launches on December 5th.
That's super close. Now, this looks really cool. Like, we've seen, what's his name?
What's his name?
It's Osiris, We've seen Osiris. Cora Ray's talking him up and everything. Yeah. And this one's going to be super timey-wimey.
I'm curious about it because like the trailer looks really good. Allie's pulling up a picture of him. Looks really different compared to the other Ghost. He looks interesting as well.
I want his helmet.
He's Birdman.
But it makes sense. Osiris.
Yeah.
Actually, doesn't make sense. Osiris is the god of the underworld. Horus is the bird god.
Right. I should know this. I just did a full quest about that history.
So interesting. I'm glad to see that they're doing something with it, because I know I've talked to a few Destiny players. Like the end game, like once you grind through like what little there is, there's nothing to do. So I'm glad that they're putting out an expansion. It seems like it's a little later than would be liked. Like it's earlier than some expected, but a lot of people have already started leaving Destiny.
Yeah, because really, once you get past the Leviathan raid, all you really have left to do is, wait, in a couple weeks I'll get back on for Iron Banner, or in a couple weeks I'll get back on for this event.
Yeah.
I haven't done any Iron Banner stuff yet.
I haven't done any.
I haven't jumped on in weeks.
It's been a while for me. A lot of new games have come out.
Yeah.
I still see Cass and a few other people on Destiny. I want to get back in. I want to do the raid.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, you've got to have stuff that is like hefty to keep people in there. With all these other games coming out, I'd much rather play a new game than keep grinding and doing. Yeah. Like, it's been fun, but until there's something that's like, oh, this is more story. I play it for the story. Yeah. I don't play it for the grind. And there's people that love the grind, say the grind is not as good as Destiny 1. So there you go. You know what's not? Well, actually, it should be better than than it was, but it's got crappy controls because it's got the same controls as the original version. Shadow of the Colossus PS4 remake gets a release date at Paris Games Week. Sony has announced that the Shadow of the Colossus remake will come to PlayStation 4 on February 6th, 2 days before my birthday. 2018. It came out. Sony's first revealed the date in the official YouTube description of a new trailer and later confirmed the release on Twitter. I think they messed up and then they confirmed it because it wasn't in the actual trailer. Sony announced that Shadow of the Colossus remake at E3 along with 2018 release window. At the time, Sony confirmed that the remake was developed by Bluepoint Games, who also handled the Ico and Shadow of the Colossus HD remaster that came to the PS3 in 2011. Now, they talk about how this game the Shadow of the Colossus assets will be remade. The game will retain the same feel of the original version. And the reason it retains the same feel is because it has the same controls as the original game, which were god-awful. If you ever tried to play this game, once you started getting on Colossus, your controls are crap. The camera is crap. You look at Last Guardian, which took forever to make. Crappy controls because it's back in PS2 era controls. If you're into this game, good for you.
I mean, it's a great game.
It's a great game. I'm not saying that, but if they're going to all of this trouble to remake this game, why not make the controls more in the time? Like, I know some people would be upset, but some people like me that haven't finished the game, I would actually try to play it. But now that I'm like, oh, it's got the same crappy controls, I'm going to sit out.
And that's a big turnoff for me on games that have, like, really bad controls and, you know, different layouts and stuff like that. Yeah, you can change the layouts, but you're never going to find, you know, especially in games like this, the perfect one. And, you know, I'll sit there on Halo, Call of Duty, and I'll just continuously change my layouts till I get the perfect one. Because layouts is a huge thing for me. I want things to be convenient when I'm playing. And never played Colossus, but from what I'm hearing, they're not very convenient.
Yeah, it's just very old school, and even back then they were clunky, to my opinion. So it's just very interesting that they would do all of this graphical updating, but they wouldn't update the controls. So there you go. February 6th, 2018 for all the new Colossus people. Is the Call of Duty one next? Because I think I closed that one out.
Okay, we don't gotta do it.
Yeah.
So good.
Call of Duty, want your money. So there you go.
Now, I will go ahead and say this about Call of Duty.
Want your money.
They do want your money.
And they want to open loot boxes in front of everybody.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I haven't bought a single one. But I've played about 4 or 5 online matches. Haven't gotten to the story mode yet because I really haven't had time to. But the online feels like we're going back to the roots of what made Call of Duty really fun, which was the multiplayer. You know, I'm the marksman class, so I'm able to sit back. And, I mean, I'm not having an exosuit, being able to jump around and do flips and stuff.
Yeah. I think my biggest problem with it is the loot crates.
Yeah.
Not even the stuff that you buy. Because, like, you'll get rewards in games, and when you go back to Normandy Beach, you have to open your crate in front of everybody. There's a reward for you watching people opening their crates.
What?
Like, that. I'm being 100% honest.
That's
There's
so
a
dumb.
reward for you watching. I think it's 3 people open crates.
That's really weird.
Activision wants your money.
They
everybody.
do. It's sad how bad they're wanting your money. And this could be such a great breath of fresh air to this franchise if it weren't for these microtransactions and these loot boxes.
Go watch Jim Sterling. That's all I gotta say. Go watch Jim Sterling. He's on top of his game right now.
He rips them a new one.
He's on everybody. He's on everybody. You use loot boxes, he's gonna get
Call
you.
of Duty, more like Call of Duty.
Call of Luty.
Oh.
That's Jim's. That's Jim's, not mine. Naughty Dog reveals The Last of Us Part 2. I almost said Part 4. Cast. Naughty Dog storytelling is often top notch, so it's one of the few studios that can get us excited with a simple cast list. The Last of Us 2's recent trailer is incredibly brutal, but you might have missed some important casting announcements while cringing. Here's a rundown of who's playing each character from the recent trailer. Victoria Grace is Yara, and Laura Bailey is that blocked out on the screen up there? Can you read those all for me? Because I'm missing some of these.
Emily Swallow as Emily. Victoria Grace is Yara. Ian Alexander is Lee. And finally, Laura Bailey is blank.
I'm calling it right now. Laura Bailey's character is, what is her name?
The little girl.
My God, Ellie. She's Ellie's mother.
Oh,
That's who I'm saying she is.
Okay.
The trailer, very brutal. Very brutal.
Break her wings.
Like it is awesome. One thing that we saw like at Paris Games Week, they showed this, but they didn't show Days Gone. I think PlayStation has this thing right now where they have 2 zombie games that are like a lot of people are really excited for. They can't show them in the same span time. Like they can't show them at the same conference. So I think PSX we see Days Gone and we get a release date for it.
Which Days Gone looks intense.
Mm-hmm. It looks good.
Super intense.